tomorrow night is the NFL draft. And round one, pick number 29 overall, the Washington Commanders will be on the clock. And let's start with the easy question here. What is the biggest need for the Commanders?
Biggest need is defense, period, right? The defense wasn't good enough last year, the 30th overall in the league in scoring a lot. Break it down further. I think edge rusher is probably floating to the top of the need list, but they have needs in the secondary too. They're not deep enough in the secondary. And ignoring that you have Bobby Wagner, I think you need a linebacker because you won't have Bobby Wagner forever. And that's minus defensive tackle. That's all the positions, Adam. What do you think the biggest need is?
I think you're right about edge rusher, and I think you could argue that this team needs 2 edge rushers.
Yeah.
So they will most likely select one in the first round or in the second round, and they might look for a project in the 4th round or the 6th round as well, because they just need multiple guys that can not just help stop the run, but give them 10-plus sacks, because they're losing 10.5 sacks from Dante Fowler Jr.
I could see them being really active post-draft, too, grabbing the undrafted free agents, giving those, kind of 10 grand, 20 grand signing bonuses that you see to get guys to rookie minicamp, the top undrafted guys on the board. We both went defense right away. Is there a school of thought that says you have one of the best quarterbacks in football, full stop, not even one of the best young quarterbacks in football, one of the best quarterbacks in football? Do you load him up with talent to maximize Jayden Daniels' abilities?
I would be okay with that. I keep saying as long as edge rusher is picked 29 or 61, I want Adam Peters to have options with the way he can play this out here. And you're right. Building around Jayden feels like the right way to handle this thing. I've been saying this week recently, give him a wide receiver that he can grow with, kind of like Rome Odunze and Caleb Williams. To me, it feels like it would be a reach to get a running back at 29. What do you think about that?
Yeah, right, Travion Henderson's the name you hear most, where he's a guy who isn't in that first group, right, the Ashton Genty group of, can't miss guys, but has a lot of potential. I think he's a 3-down back. Certainly what he did in the national semifinal, that run right before halftime for Ohio State speaks for itself. Got a little local connection with Hopewell. We love that, obviously. But to me, I just think you have so many immediate needs that to go running back at that spot, you got to really love the guy. And you got to think he's going to be, a Saquon, Derrick Henry level impact guy to use that spot on a running back.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. That's why I would probably be against that at 29 overall. Now, there has been some late talk this week about Cleveland and New York. Not really trading out of 2 and 3. I don't believe that happens, but trading back into the first round.
Yep.
And I think Washington's that perfect position. They're at 29. If either of those teams feel like our guy's available, it's Jackson Dark, right? Or it's Shador Sanders. They might have to get back into the first round, and our pick would be that spot.
Jalen Milroe, another guy who could be around then, right? In a 3-quarterback first round, there's always going to be those fringe guys. BTA, Adam, best trade available, right? If there are trades on the board, give me the best trade available. I want to load up on picks because we're talking about a draft here where there aren't obvious impact guys, right? We're talking about some of these mock drafts being like, this guy could develop into a starter. You take a guy at 29 who could develop into a start. They don't have that kind of time. They need guys now. I love the idea of trading back, getting more picks, loading up on guys later in this draft. I love the idea of trading out at 29 and getting picks next year when hopefully it's a better class because everybody's underwhelmed by this one. I love that flexibility. I am all about a trade. I just don't think the partner's going to materialize. But to me, if there's a reasonable trade, I'm taking it. Are you?
I absolutely am. No question about that. Michael Phillips here with us. I'm Adam Epstein. You're listening to Crosstalk on the Fan. Rapid fire here. Positions Washington does not need. For me, it's quarterback, obviously. Tight end, too. I know you disagree with me.
I disagree with you on that one.
And then I go defensive tackle.
Sure, yes. Quarterback, defensive tackle, those are the two. Those are completely off the board. Probably don't want to take a punter in the first round. Tressway's doing pretty well. If they want to draft a kicker late, it wouldn't bother me. I'd love to have a good kicker, like a dependable kicker. I think that could be a nice thing. No trading for long snappers. We've done that before. We're doing that. Quarterback, defensive tackle. I think those are the only two I'm going to take off the board, period. Because while you have a starting 5 on the offensive line, I'm a huge believer you can never go too deep on the offensive line. Laramie Tunsil's going to be great, but if you get another tackle, maybe Brandon Coleman can slide into guard. Now you got depth pieces with Wiley and Allegretti. Great, those would be great depth pieces. I think, Josh Simmons, right? Ohio State kid. I think he could be a great pick if he slides to you in the first round. Get your left tackle of the future. He can play right tackle today. I like that both ways. I disagree with you on tight end. I would love for Ben Sinnott to take a year 2 step forward. That would be great. That would solve a lot of problems. Zach Ertz, you're going to get what you get out of him. Is he going to be around next year? I think you'd say probably not. This is probably his last year with the team. You have to assume that. You have to have a marquee guy at that tight end position. It's become so important in the NFL. The paydays are about to go flying high on tight ends. I would love to take an impact tight end if there's a guy you really love who slides to you.
What does that say to Ben Sinnott? I mean, is that a slap in his face or what?
He's not good enough to not be slapped in the face, right? Like, there are guys who have earned the right to not be slapped in the face by NFL personnel people as a small list. Jayden Daniels, you want to consult him on everything you do, right? Bobby Wagner. If you're going to draft a linebacker, I think Dan Quinn will be on the phone with him right before the pick. Hey, Bobby, we're taking a linebacker. We love you. We want you to mentor this kid. You're still the starter this year. Ben Sinnott did not do enough last year that you need to worry about Ben Sinnott's feelings on draft night.
I understand what you're saying there, but you kind of just said it. For me, I would rather go linebacker as the pick of the future than tight end as the pick of the future. I mean, Colson Loveland, Tyler Warren, yeah, they're going to be better than Ben Sinnott. How many other tight ends are going to be better than Ben Sinnott?
Yeah, there's a drop-off there for sure. That's this draft. There's such a drop-off across the board. This is not a primo draft class. And I think that's the reality we're all working through here. All right, turning in the card, number 29. Do you have a guy, it's hard to project this because there's 28 picks ahead of it. Who do you want? Who would you do a cartwheel for?
It's B-E-A, best edge available.
Okay.
All right. I like the guy you've said out of Boston College. I like Shamar Stewart as well. But that's for Adam Peters to decide. I'm going best edge available, 29 overall. If the BTA isn't available, and that is the best trade.
Yeah, Donovan Ezeraku, Boston College. He's fast. He's shifty. He's flexible. He's like Gumby. He's a little bendable. Does it translate to the NFL? Who knows? We'll find out. It's going to be fun. We'll see you Monday at Capitol Ale House for the draft recap show. If you're in Richmond, come on out at Capitol Ale House in Innsbruck Monday. What are people going to get?
Absolutely. You're going to get a free Commanders rally towel to fire you up for OTAs, training camp, and the start of the 2025 regular season. Richmond's home for the Commanders, 910 The Fan. We want to thank you for your support. Come on down to Capitol Ale House, get you a free rally towel.
Good crosstalk. Talk to you tomorrow as we get ready. Final countdown to the draft. You'll hear it right here on Richmond's home for the Washington Commanders. You're listening to 910 The Fan at 105.1 FM.